Hey guys, my name is Leann. I am known here as Small Town Stitches, and we are back with a requested video. In my last Flosstube, I asked people if they were wanting a separate video for 2025 plans, or if they were wanting it just to be in a normal Flosstube. And resounding, it was to just put it as a separate video. So here I am. My thoughts are all over the place right now, so hopefully I can convey what I am thinking in my head in words that make sense to everybody else. Okay, so the thing I learned from myself from this year is to have plans, but not have so many plans that you get bogged down with it. So originally this year, I was going to do my focus on my dino for my daughter. I wanted every piece that was already a current whip to be up to 5%. And then all new starts, I wanted to get to 2.5%. Very quickly, I learned that was not achievable for me. Between work and, life and, dino's stitch count just kind of went through the roof. I kind of rebelled from that very quickly because I wasn't able to stitch on all my stuff. So I very quickly scrapped my 5% goals and my 2.5% goals. I am happy to say that dino will be done this year in time for Christmas for my daughter, which reminds me I need to measure that and order a frame soon. So my focus piece will be done. And thinking of what I wanted for my next focus piece, I wanted my oldest whip done. I started my oldest whip in May of 2019. So next year, I will insert this. This is my cropped version of Halloween Night by Tilton Crafts. I cropped it probably almost half of what it is. I have 31,885 stitches left to go on my cropped version of this piece as of right now. So according to Stitch Pal, that's about 74 stitches a day to get it done by just the end of 2025. So it'll be my new focus piece for next year. Now, I think I'm going to either do a daily 30 or a daily 100 on this piece in order to reach that goal. So what is a daily 30 and what is a daily 100? So a daily 30 is simply stitching on a piece for 30 minutes a day, and whatever progress you make on that piece is the progress that you make. So set a timer for 30 minutes, and if you get 5 stitches on it, or if you get 105 stitches on it, that is your stitch count for that day. So some days are going to be great if you hit block stitching. Some days are going to be horrible if you hit confetti. So a daily 100 is simply stitching on a piece for 100 stitches a day. That's kind of what I did with my Hometown Hero Firefighter for a while. So I'm not sure which one it'll be. I'm leaning more towards the daily 100 on that piece as of right now. Because like I said, if I leave it up to an area I have confetti in, I'm not going to be able to hit it as easy because you're switching colors all the time. So that's going to be my focus piece for next year, and I'm kind of excited to get it done. Next, I have been watching Jen the Caffeinated Crafter, and Siska Stitches kind of does the same thing with a temperature piece. So originally when I did my temperature pieces, I am in the US, so we use Fahrenheit. I was originally thinking of doing a piece like 10 degrees to 19 degrees would be this piece. 20 degrees to 29 degrees will be this piece. However, we don't get crazy fluctuations where I live. Like it could be like 59 degrees one day and like 70 the next. But a lot of times it's variations in like a grouping, like it's gonna be 60s all week. And I don't want to stitch on the same thing for chunks at a time. So I was watching Jen the Caffeinated Crafter, and the way she does it. And I was like, that 100% is what I'm going to do. So what she does is she takes the temperature for the day. So for example, right now it is 69 degrees out. And she lists her pieces from 0 to 9 and takes that last number and does 100 stitches on it. So like, I'll insert a picture of my list so far. So 9 would be today, and I would do 100 stitches on Building Dreams. But if yesterday was 64, then I would take the 4 and do 100 stitches on Cigar Box. So you're constantly stitching on different things. So my pieces are, I'm going to take down my list and I'm going to insert them. I kind of picked on things that I've been stitching for a while that I want to see some good progress on. So my 0 is going to be Turquoise by Carolyn Manning. I'm not even halfway done with this piece yet, and I would like to see some progress. Number 1 is Mini Sea Opal. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Elizabeth Welker. I had originally had this previous and I had almost 2 pages finished on it, and then I decided to scrap it and restart it because I didn't like stitching and the way my stitches were laying on the 18 count. So this is stitched on, I don't remember if it's an 18 or 20 anymore, but I'm stitching it with 1 thread. So it needs to see progress because it's a restart. 2 is going to be Mini Sunflower Cottage. This is close to being my smallest full coverage. It's an 18 count 2/1. I almost scrapped it this year, not the project, the piece, because I don't like the way my stitches really lay with 18 count 2/1. But I have been convinced by like 3 people to just suck it up. It's not bad at all. My stitches don't look bad, and to stick with it. So I'm going to. 3, God Shed His Grace. This is the Artisy version. 4 is Cigar Box, which is the Tilton Crafts. 5 is Mini Yield Kitchen. The artwork is by Chiro Marchetti, and it is a Heaven and Earth Designs. 6 is Sea Villains, artwork by Jerry LaFaro, and it is a Heaven and Earth Designs. 7, this is going to be a new start whenever Alicia lets us know when she wants to start it. I do have my fabric. I'm waiting on my threads to come in. This is replacing Shire Painting, which I am scrapping, and I will be starting this in its place. I'm so excited. It does have a lot of blends. I was originally going to do 2 strands, but I don't really like the way that looks. So a lot of people told me to do 1 strand, 1 leg, 1 color, 1 leg, another. I think the darker one goes on bottom, if I'm not positive. So I'm excited. 8 is A Beautiful Place. This was a start along with a lot of people who jumped on the bandwagon, and I need to see some progress because compared to everybody else, I don't have any. And 9 is Building Dreams, which is a Heaven and Earth Designs, and I think the artwork is by Kevin Daniel. If I didn't say A Beautiful Place is by Stitches So Beautiful. Okay, so those are my temperature projects. So pick one up, whatever the temperature is, take the last digit, look at my list, and stitch 100 stitches on it a day. I'm super excited. So that leads us to, I'm going to do a 2-week focus on a project that is not on my temperature piece wheel, to see some progress on that as well. So I will spin the wheel. Whatever it lands on will be a focus for 2 weeks, probably about 150 stitches a day, I'm thinking. And only pieces that are full coverage that are not on my temperature piece will be eligible for a spot for the 2-week focus. I will still be spinning my wheel, and I have a wheel with all of my projects, regardless if they're temperature pieces, regardless if they're focus pieces for the 2-week thing or not. The only one that I may take off of it will be like Halloween night, because that'll be a daily thing anyways. So if I spin a piece on this, it will be getting 1,000 stitches. So currently I spin my wheel and do 500 stitches. But I'm thinking with Dino done next year, I will be able to increase that. So I'm actually really excited. So everything is eligible for the 1,000 stitch count, but non-temperature pieces are eligible for the 2-week focus. Does that make sense? I hope what I'm thinking in my head makes sense. So that's pretty much going to be my plans. I do need to finish my dad's secret piece, whether that be this year or next year. I think I have till like May, June, something like that, for next year to finish. Now, you've heard me mention the map before, which looks like this. A couple of the people that had started the A Beautiful Place sale, we decided we were going to stitch our way to each other. So, some people chose to do the same project for everybody. I chose to, whoever was doing it with us, to ask them what piece they would like me to stitch my way towards them, and stitch that many on that piece. So I stitched my way to them. For example, Tanya, everybody knows she lives in New Zealand. She's been very open about that. Tanya is stitching addicted. And Tanya chose my Halloween night. So Tanya is 8,938 miles from me. So I need to put in 8,938 stitches on Halloween night to get to her. Easy peasy, because I'm trying to focus on that one next year. So I would like to do before and after pictures kind of when I stitch my way to them, but these are things that can come up throughout the year. I'm not going to make it a focus at like, oh, I picked this piece up, I have to do this many. No, I'll put a separate folder in my phone. When I hit it, cool, check it off, I've stitched my way to you. So I'm not going to tell you where people live, but or who's all participating, because not everybody even has like YouTube. But I'm going to tell you the pieces that I have to touch to stitch my way to other people. So projects that have been selected by people to stitch my way to them have been Gardener's Paradise, Mini Gardener's Paradise. I had 2 people pick my Sunflower Inn, which will be a new start next year. We have Mini Sea Opal. We have Diagon Alley. Welcome to Diagon Alley. I have Mini Nebula, which will be a new start next year. Actually, 2 people picked Gardener's Paradise. Christmas House 2, which gets to be started when Dino is finished. It's like my reward. God Shed His Grace. And then Kathy originally picked my Shire painting, which I will probably just put Hobbiton in instead. So that's what I have so far. The other thing I could show you is my new starts that are planned as of right now. Y'all know I'm buying projects and starting projects like crazy. So the first one we are starting on January 9th, which was Professor Snape from Harry Potter's birthday. And I am starting Snape's Library by the Cross Stitch Studio. This will be my largest piece. It's like 800 by 800. It is huge. It'll be my lifetime piece. I know myself and Leann, who is Leann Stitches, who is also the owner of Forbidden Fiber Co., are starting that. There is a couple more people, and then more people are looking at the other libraries and may just start them with us anyway. So it's super exciting. So if you are interested in any of the libraries from the Cross Stitch Studio, I believe they have McGonagall, Dumbledore, Snape, Trelawney and Lockhart's, I think. And I was between Lockhart's and Snape's for the longest time, and I went with Snape's. So I will be stitching 310 and 939 forever. February, I'm going to do the February flower that I bought. I believe it was from Sunflower Stitches. March will be the March flower. May, I am going to be starting Mini Orion Nebula with Stacy, who is Stacy Stitches here. I believe May is her birth month, and she is going to start, I believe, another NASA image, if I'm not mistaken, and she is the one who stitched Mini Orion Nebula that got me on to wanting to do it anyways. So that is going to be a May start. June, I have 2. So I will be starting the June flower. All the flowers are from Sunflower Stitches. And then I will be starting the Sunflower Inn. I believe Leann is starting it, and I believe Alicia is starting it. I have the large version because I didn't like not being able to like read the signs and stuff like that in there. I don't know which one Leann is doing, and I believe Alicia is doing the smaller of the two. So that is as far as things that I have planned starts with certain months for next year. Now I have quite a bit of projects I need to start next year. I just will be plugging them in here and there. So that is kind of what I'm thinking for 2025 plans. Clear as mud. So we will be having 100 on Halloween night. We will be having about 150 on whatever piece that I'm focusing on for my focus whip, and then whatever I spin for my 1,000 goal. I like my wheels. So three projects a day as of right now. And I do need to finish my dad's piece at some point. So, yeah. So those are my 2025 plans. I know it's kind of short. I knew it wouldn't be super long. I have a lot of editing to do so I can put all these pictures in so I can show you guys. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to have Dino done and not have to do as many stitches as I am right now. But I'm looking forward to just making more progress on my pieces, all of them, because I will have more time freed up because I won't be stitching on so many stitches a day on one piece. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go edit this so you guys can watch. Another thing I would like to focus on next year is painting and getting this room back in order, and it would be really nice to work on fully finishing some things that I have sitting in my box. So all right, I'm gonna go so you can watch all the other plans and Flosstube videos. So remember, your mental health is important, and to take time for yourself each and every day, and to be a light to the world around you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.